Chapter 3, Nightlife. After overhearing Astoria's and Lewin's whispering suspiciously among themselves, you feel a sudden burst of anger. Keeping information from the coven about a threat is wrong, dangerous even. I owe it to everyone in the Nexus to find out what's going on. You hear a rustle in the corridor and a clatter of approaching footsteps, and you know you've only got a moment to decide. If I approach them at the same time, they'll back each other up. If I corner them one-on-one, I'm likely to get more answers. Astoria's got a short fuse, likes her questions blunt. I can do blunt, but Lewin's really pragmatic, so if I appeal to his rational side, that might work too. I'm going to appeal to Astoria, let's be honest. They emerge from the corridor and go their separate ways. Astoria towards the Venedi wing of the Nexus, Lewin towards the Clemens. You stride after Astoria, putting on your most aggressive, not taking no for an answer face. Astoria, I need to talk to you. She stopped short, her eyes narrowing in a barely contained annoyance. Spit it out, Parker. I haven't got all day. I want to know more about the rune. Meddling in things that don't concern you again. It's called being proactive. Gabriel, Cass, and I found it. If there are more out there, it's a pretty good bet there are. I want to know what we're dealing with, what they mean, what they do, how dangerous they are. Why? So I know how to fight whatever's coming. That's what Venedi's do. Her eyebrows quirk, and you see a measure of admiration in her eye. You've always had backbone, Parker. I appreciate that. All I can tell you is the runes are very old and powerful magic. Very powerful. They're also dangerous to anyone who comes in contact with them, so you and your friends might want to be careful. Wait, you mean they're dangerous to humans too? Should I be worried about my mom? What part of anyone do you not understand? Why are the witches doing this? Why now? Actually, we think the hunters planted them, not the witches. Now, if the interrogation's over, I've got a coven to run. But Astoria's already turning her back on you. You lean against the wall with a hard sigh. Well, that was useless. She gave me just enough to get me off her back, but not much more than I already knew. Your thoughts are interrupted by Gabe and Cass rounding the corner, finding you again. Parker, what's going on? We just passed Astoria in the hall. She said to tell you to stay in your lane. Did you intentionally piss her off? Because I applaud that effort. Though it's not like that's hard when it comes to Astoria. I wasn't trying to piss off anyone. I just wanted to get more information about the ruins or something she's not telling us. Lewin, too. If they're hiding something, it's probably because they're still coming up with a solid plan to protect the covens. When they're ready to share, we'll hear about it. We always do, one way or another. You agree with him, Cass? Yeah, I may have my issues with Astoria, but she's always had the Venedi's best interests at heart, or whatever that is beating in her chest. Same with Lewin and the Clemens. You can trust them, Parker. Let's go back to book 1 all over again. You can't help but scoff of your disbelief that escapes you. Seriously? What about the... Yeah, Lewin sacrifice members. Not exactly what I call having my best interest of my coven in heart. Yeah, I can't really defend that one. But honestly, I believe he's changed since then, especially after the Hunter attack. We lost so many people that day. I think it really got to him. Gabriel wraps an arm around your shoulders, giving you a reassuring squeeze. Look, I appreciate your apprehension, and I feel some of it too, but let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Golden Boy's got a point. If the coven leaders think you're suspicious, they're going to be more evasive, which you know is bad news. But I still don't trust them. And you don't have to. You just have to not confront them in the middle of their home turf. Speaking of, let's get out of here. You follow them into the residential wing of the Nexus, still mulling over your encounter with the coven leaders. They have a residential side? Question mark? Guys, I can't shake the feeling that they're not just holding back information. They're hiding something from us, something big. I love how she always gets cut off when she goes, I. You look around, suddenly realizing that, as you've been talking, they led you into one of the guest bedrooms. What are we doing here? They exchange a quick look and then turn two very smug grins on you. Well, we may have gotten a surprise for you. Yeah, you've been dealing with a lot lately, so we decided to chip in and get you something special to wear, for the party tonight. But we've all been dealing with a lot lately. It's worse for you, though. You're the new kid. You should have been spending this time learning how to be a vampire. It's not fair that you've had to fight for your life instead of enjoying yourself. We want to make sure you have a good time at the party tonight, and that's why we got you this. He moves his arms to a grand sweep towards a cool, edgy party outfit that's hanging in the closet. One badass vampire nightclub look, hot and ready to go. Would Blade approve, though? Go on, Parker. Try it on. I guess Blade would accept it. You didn't know I had that skill too, huh, did you? There's a lot you don't know about me. You didn't have to go to all this trouble. No trouble at all. Just seeing that smile on your face makes it worth it. You slip into your outfit and twist in front of the mirror, admiring the garment's sleek lines and studied details. Wow, I love it. I want to say thank you with a kiss, do a little teasing. Kiss. You throw your arms around them and pepper them with kisses. First Gabe, then Cass, then Gabe again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoa, down, girl. Are you kidding? I'll take all you've got to give. You check your phone, surprised by how late it is. Crap, party starts in like 20 minutes. Well, we better get going. Do you two ever change your outfits? What happened to the old-fashionedly late thing? To hell with that. We got some dancing to do. Following the map on the back of the invite, you head out to the party. To your surprise, the directions lead you to a rundown warehouse way on the outskirts of town. Really, this is it? 270 Maple, just like the invite says. Why are you guys in vampire mode with your pointy fangs and silver eyes right now? It looks super sketchy. Like that warehouse we ran into. Who was it? Oh, Marcus, yeah. If it wasn't Nicole's party, I think it was a trap. I know I've known Nicole a long time. She may look all sweet and innocent, but trust me, she knows how to throw a rager. You've been holding out on me, golden boy. If this is where the Clement's party down, I would have been hanging with you ages ago. Okay. Inside, your eyes immediately drawn to the multicolored lights shining down from the rafters, scattering spots of red and yellow light around the room. The dance floor is already packed and your coven mates bumping and grinding to the music coming from a rock band filled with familiar faces rocking out on stage. Let's get those bodies moving. Is that Scott up there? Sure is. Scott can jam. He's actually got a lot of hidden talents, actually. You mean besides epic snark? I say hidden talents. In the corner, you spot a makeshift bar set up. Damn, this is getting better by the second. Come on, I need a refreshment. You push your way through to the bar where you find Harrison mixing drinks. Hey, what can I get you? I'll take whatever you recommend. He thinks for a moment before mixing a few liquids together, handing you a blood-tinged cocktail with a sprig of rosemary as a garnish. Bloody good cocktail made with love. There's an O-negative spritz. Oh, fancy. That's how Clements roll. He holds out 2 more drinks and Gabe takes one with a smile. Cass takes a quick sniff of hers and then shrugs and tosses it back. She winces. Warm, flat, but it'll do. You lean back against the bar and look out over the vampires burning it up on the dance floor. You spot Missy, Nicole, Val, and even Margo. Without realizing, your body begins to move to the irresistible thump of the music. I'm gonna go dance with Margo. You toss back your drink and slam it down on the bar with a flourish. You grin at Gabriel and Cass. I'll be back. Shoulders bouncing to the beat, you dance to Margo and tap her on the shoulder. She turns, looking baffled. You gotta be kidding. Come on, Margo. Don't you think it's time to put this all behind us? Why? I like having a nemesis. Nothing. Nothing. I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'm just not gonna say nothing. You hold out your hand. By the way, the one image here only has 3 fingers and a thumb. One better place to work out some antagonism than the dance floor. She stares a minute, her lips quirking at the corners like she's holding back a laugh, and she shakes her head. Fine, well, you can keep up with me on the dance floor. She stands back and looks you up and down. Although in that outfit, maybe you actually can. Enough chit-chat, shut up and dance. You gesture towards the stage and shout. Scotty, turn it up. I don't have to tell me twice. The bass thrums hard in your chest, and with a loud woot, you lose yourself in the wild, exciting music. As you grind and twist to the beat, you see Cass and Gabe watching you from the bar. Cass catches your eye and winks, her smirk hot with promise. Gabe's normally gentle gaze follows your every move with a smoldering intensity that makes your stomach swoop. It's fun dancing with the crowd, but I really want them out here with me. Gabriel's arms around me, holding me, Cass's hands gliding down my hips. Yep, all for you guys. Let's go. The night's young. There's time to dance with everyone here, but they are the loves of my life, and when they're looking at me like that, it's totally irresistible. You hook your finger, tempting them with a sexy shoulder wiggle. Gabriel points to himself and looks around playfully. Who, me? Oh, shut up and get over here. Cass just rolls her eyes, grabs Gabriel's arm, and drags him bodily onto the dance floor. What's up, new girl? What do you mean, what's up? Why are you hanging out over there when I'm out here? We were waiting for you to ask. You were waiting, I was watching. Well, now that you're here, who's dancing with me first? They glance at each other, a spark of their old rivalry in their eyes. Gabriel huffs a laugh and rubs the back of his neck. Well, I did challenge you to a dance-off. Game on, Aldahar. Cass steps back, hips rolling, shoulders bouncing as she moves to the rhythm of the thrumming beat. Not bad. You're up, Gabe. He raises his arms with a flourish, and in defiance of the pounding rhythm, he twirls around you in sweeping romantic turns, earning another eye roll from Cass. Hello, 1902's on the phone. They want their dance moves back. Seriously, new girl. You can't choose Fred Astaire when you can have all this. What? I like a little romance. Hear that, Harlow? I wish I didn't. Still hard to choose, though. Gonna have to leave it to luck. You point your finger, tapping it back and forth between them as you chant. Eeny, meeny, miny, Cass. Happy to wait my turn, but I better be next. You grab Cass's waist and tug her hips to yours, grinding and bumping shamelessly against her. Her eyes fly wide. Jeez, new girl, another minute and we're gonna need to get a room. I thought you liked the little PDA. You're not wrong, but this is the kind of show I'd rather get one-on-one. Why not both? Now, shut up and dance. Anchored in her arms, you lean back, losing yourself in the music and the sexy, sensuous feel of her hands. You spin around and see Gabriel at the edge of the dance floor, waiting politely, but impatiently for his turn. You laugh and wave him over. Come on. He smiles and shoulders his way through the crowd, pressing against your back as he softly kisses your neck. This is much better than just watching. You loop your arms around Cass and lean back into Gabriel's shoulder, reveling in the heat of your body sandwiched between both of them. Feeling wild, free, alive, you let yourself get swept up in the careless vibes and sexy moves. Gabriel spins you around for a sweeping, old-fashioned twirl. Hey, that was my turn. Your turn, my turn. It's not a competition, Cass. Everything's a competition. Are we doing this again? Alright, fine. So you do want to play this game. Who has the bigger D? Listen, hopefully you laugh too. Like a friendly duel? Oh, you want a duel? Fine. Now show me your best moves, Cass. Yeah, shoots a low-key smirk at Gabriel, then in a whiplash move, her arms snatch up, swinging you wildly around the dance floor at full vampire speed. The room becomes a blur of pulsing light and sound. Ooh. Cass sets you down, only to thump your hips flush to hers, guiding you to the rhythm of the music. Around you, the other vampires dance in groups of 3 or 4, their silver eyes flashing in the pulsing light. You slide your hands across Cass's shoulder and shout in her ear. This is the coolest party I've ever been to. I know, the best part is dancing with you. Does that mean you like me, as in like me like me? With a couple extra likes on top. Did you know that by now? Yeah, but it bears repeating. Fine. With surprising gentleness, Cass presses her forehead to yours with a voice of barely heard whisper. Yes, Parker Reese, I like you. Hell, I love you. Next to you, Gabriel clears his throat. May I cut him? No. I thought the dueling part of the evening was over. Not till you declare a winner. For once I agree, we need another challenge. Okay, why don't you show me... I mean, this is the whole point of, who can lift those speakers the highest? That's dumb. They can lift boulders. Who's the sexiest dancer? Gabriel first. Watch how it's done, Harlow. Gabriel locks eyes with you as he steps back, swirling his hips to the music, sliding his hands down his body. Like that, Parker? You know I do. Cass rolls her eyes and snorts. Seriously, how is that sexy? Come on, new girl, let me show you what certified goddess can do. Cass spins on her heel, her body twisting in quick movement. She leans forward, hips popping and rolling. Are you twerking? That's not what a goddess can do, man. Yes, when you got a bottle this good, it's a crime not to show it off. You won't hear me disagree. As the music winds down, you fan your hand in front of your face, feeling not just hot, but flustered. Well, who wins? Cass leans into you with a smirk and whispers, Golden Boy's a little fragile, so break it to him gently. You look from one to the other, barely able to contain your amusement. Well, it's a hard call, but I was gonna say myself. Just saying, I was gonna say myself. I'm gonna go with Cass. Guess you're entitled to your wrong opinion. Co-partner, Golden Boy. No offense, but she did beat you in dancing, Gabe. With no hesitation, Cass cups the back of your neck, crashing her lips to yours. The kiss turns more heated by the second, your lips slanted together, tongues twining, teasing, tasting. I feel like the winner now. That's why I said me. Of course you do. You get to be with yours truly. Your Gabriel groaned behind you. Okay, lovebirds, get a room. You're making everyone uncomfortable. You pull away from Cass with a laugh and plant a quick, hard kiss to his cheek. That better? Slightly. I'll make it up to you later. You rush a drop of sweat off your forehead and hook your arms into theirs to pull them with you to the dance floor. Or off it. It got really hot in here all of a sudden. You talk about temperature or us? Both. I need to sit down. Cass and Gabriel lead you over to a ladder in the back of the warehouse, each resting a hand on your back as you climb up to the rooftop. As you take a seat on the ledge, a light breeze cools the sweat on your skin. You let out a happy sigh, linking your arms through Cass and Gabriel's. Seems like Nicole's having a good time tonight. No kidding, gotta admit, I'm surprised that Clement could throw such a fun shindig. I'm happy for her, but it's still kinda sad she's leaving. I'm gonna miss her. Me too. She's gonna be a great ambassador, though. I still can't believe the program is really happening. I honestly thought that the only way to leave Crimson Beech was to be exiled. I know, the possibilities that exist now, it's more than I could have dreamed of. You hear a hitch in his voice, and you get the feeling there's something else on his mind. Gabriel? Just thinking, as soon as there's a lull in the excitement, I'm going to talk to Lewin about applying to be an ambassador? Yeah, don't think I'd be great at it. I was class president, so I know how to work with people, mediate disputes, compromise. But you'd have to leave. What's with everyone leaving all of a sudden? Not everyone, just the people who want to make a difference in the vampire world. Blah, blah, blah. Good thing the two of us are staying put, right, new girl? What? When did you make that decision? Just now. What about a place to explore these new powers than right here? I was talking to Parker. Do you really want to stay, Parker? I thought you wanted to see more of the outside world. And this is where the differences start appearing. Well, this all happened so fast I hadn't really thought it through, but I don't know what I want right now. I'm just only coming to terms with the whole immortality thing. I can't even get started thinking about what I want to do with it. Sure, I've had years to think and dream about what I want. Same here, so the best decision is to take your time and figure it out at home in Crimson Beech. She'll be much better off seeing the world first. Then if she decides this is where she wants to be, she can come back. Crimson Beech isn't going anywhere. Neither am I, and that's the best incentive to stay, right, new girl? Pressure. It's up to her, Cass. You can't pressure her. Oh, like you're not trying to put your thumb on the scale. You grind your teeth as the bubble of resentment builds in your chest. Gabriel knows what he wants, Cass knows what she wants, and then there's me. Where do I fit in the equation? You look back at them as they continue to bicker. I hate that I'm being put in the middle again, and then I'm being asked to make a snap decision that it's going to affect the rest of my really, really long life. Parker, what's up? Yeah, you got all sad-faced all of a sudden. It's just... It's like you guys didn't even think about me when you made your plans. I mean, they were individuals, yes. They didn't, especially since they've been with you for how long again? I don't know how long, air quote, the time phase between book 1 and now is, so, yeah. Has it been a year, I'm assuming? So, we, air quote, fell in love and all that shit about, what, the second book-ish? Well, actually the end of book 1, but technically book 2. This is a tough one. I'm gonna go with, did you think I'd follow your leads for eternity? Gabriel jerks back as Cass's eyebrows quirk in surprise. Not follow my lead, per se, but we said we would be together forever, so I just assumed... That's the problem, you assumed. You too, Cass. But I thought you'd want to help me figure out this whole witch thing. And it's not going to take all of eternity, Jesus. I do. But what's upsetting me is you and Gabriel making concrete plans without consulting me first. I need to have a say in how and where I spend my life. This isn't a hypothetical anymore, it's a huge decision. We're talking years here. I know, but you're a really young vampire. You're still looking at this from a human perspective. What Aldahar said, the passage of time is different for us. We look at things in terms of century, years are nothing compared to. You know what? This is where I would look at her and go, look at what about Seth? Wasn't centuries for him, was it? Wasn't centuries for any of them. Just saying. Not to mention eternity. Again, Seth. But your whole immortal lives, you'll be living them solo, making your decisions on what's best for you alone. But we're a trio now, a real relationship that means compromising. Look, before we all get into a wicked fight... Suddenly the conversation is interrupted as your vampire hearing picks up the sound of a door flying open. Who is that? No clue. Everyone who should be at the party is here. Gotta be a kind of a party crasher. Which isn't a good thing, because there's all vampires in the building. The three of you hurry back down into the warehouse to see what's going on. At the sound of the unexpected voice, you spin towards the door and shocked to see Libby wandering in. What's going on in here? Oh no. Oh my god, a human at a vampire party is a recipe for disaster. I have to get her out of here. In a burst of vampire speed, you're beside her, desperately trying to place yourself between her and the eyes of every vampire in town. Libby, what are you doing here? I was just out for a walk. I heard your voices coming from inside this creepy warehouse. What are you, daredevil? You heard our voice that far? What were you doing on a walk all this way out here? Are you supposed to be in Alaska? But instead of answering, she glances over your shoulder at the teens on the dance floor, all in vampire form, their haunting silver eyes, their fangs glinting in the sparkling light of the disco ball. Why are their eyes like that? She catches sight of the bar and gasps. Is that blood? She stumbles away from you, fear in her eyes starting to abject terror. Libby, calm down. Let me explain. Get away from me! You're a monster! You're all monsters! I have to warn the town! She breaks for the exit, but before she can escape, Margo yanks her bag. Not so fast. The door slams shut with a clang as a few vampires stand to guard it. Gabriel surges forward, looking more enraged than you've ever seen him. Leave her alone! Sorry, Clement, but your human pet here's seen what we are. And you know what that means. What that means is they're gonna kill her. They're gonna kill Libby. Gabriel growls, charges Margo, only to be tackled by a group of Venedies. Get the hell off of me! Let me go! Stop, Margo. It was an accident. She shouldn't have to die for it. Not my call, baby vamp. That's coven law. Cass's whisper tickles your ear. She's right, new girl. If Libby spreads this all over town, it can expose the covens. We can't let that happen. It's an impossible choice, and you're not sure you can make it. Either I protect the vampires, or I defy coven law to save Libby's life. Nothing personal, Libs, but you gotta go. I mean, can't they just erase her memory again? Just saying. It seems like a pointless choice. But you can't kill her. Sure I can, but if you care about her so much, then you do it. I'm sure you'll make it a lot less painful than I will. I can't kill my friend, and I won't let you do it either. Whip fast, you leap at Margo, but the Venedies around you are faster, grabbing you around from the air and slamming you onto the concrete floor. Parker, help me! No, I tried. Libby, don't hurt her. Margo, stop. But despite your pleas, Margo grabs Libby's head and twists. No! But instead of snapping her neck, Libby's head detaches completely, and she disintegrates into a pile of dirt and rocks. What? Oh, she was a golem. What the hell? There's a sudden, profound silence as everyone stares at the crumbling mountain of gravel that was Libby Rogers. She was a golem. Step toward the pile of earth, your whole body shaking. Libby? I don't think that's Libby. Oh my god. That's... I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of a huge relief. You're relieved that some unidentified creature walked into our party and crumbled into a pile of dirt? Yeah, I'm relieved you didn't kill her. I'm relieved because it means my friend is alive and safe. And because I don't have to watch her die. A gust of wind sends the doors bursting open, ushering in a swirling cloud of dust. The hell? You shield your eyes and squint in the chaos. From the heart of the whirlwind, three forms emerge, dire and intimidating. Their appearance is undoubtedly earthen, with flowing hair, branches, clothing made of thick leaves. Okay. Elemental forces spiral above their upraised palms. Air, water, earth, fire. You can feel the power radiating from where you stand, terrified. This can't be good. Who are they? But you know what they are. You know exactly what they are. They're witches. The ones who've been blocking the ley lines. Listen, I don't mean to be alarming, but those aren't witches. I think they're beyond witches, just Just throwing that out there. Anyway, without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you haven't already. Hit the little bell icon, too. So aside from that, let me know your thoughts down below. Again, I always feel like, and I just know, that's why I say, I feel like, you know, the whole Libby choice was just something that just... I'm just gonna say this. I miss choices being choices. If you guys have checked out Romance Club, or you haven't, feel free to. There's a lot of videos up on my channel, and may I suggest, if you're new or you haven't played it yet, one of the things that I really enjoy is Astria's Broken Heart. It's a really good book. It really, I think it's the #1 book out of the app that so far I've enjoyed, right? If you like Attack on Titans, right, you can feel free to check out the one book that just went up, but Ascent #0, I believe it is, or #3, excuse me. Feel free to check that up. It's something that I believe I covered a week or two ago. But otherwise, you know, it's up there on the channel. And let me just say this. So, choices, right, came before RC, if I'm not mistaken. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but... And so I've stuck with choices for a very, very long time, right? Ever since choices was back in the beta and I was the first content creator to cover it, okay? And I always liked when they would introduce a love interest. It was really nice. But these diamond choices, right? So this is one of the reasons why I enjoy RC. RC is one of those things where if they would have had a dancing scene, right? The little club thing... They'll charge diamonds for it, and you'll pay. And then typically there will be a CG scene, is what they call it. And it's a scene that is complete artwork, and it would have shown Cass and Gabriel dancing on either side of you. And it would have just been kind of like, most times there's a little bit of still animation, but sometimes there's like lightning, moving things. Like, it really actually looks really cool. And it's worth it. Right? It makes the diamond choice worth it. So, like, it keeps the story going, typically in the little scene, but there's a visual aesthetic that you paid for. Right? It's a wombo combo, I guess you'll call it. But it is a combo deal, right? You're getting the story that you're paying for, but you're also getting a little different CG scene versus the same old background of the club while reading the story, yada, 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 right? Also, the introductory little plant witch person, long story short is every time there's like a new opponent or something that happens in Romance Club, they give you like a little, like, special, like, awesome looking picture. And again, it's something that Choices rarely does anymore, right? They used to do it quite often when they first started. And again, think about this. Their stuff was all handmade back in the day. Their stuff isn't anymore. It's a lot easier now with the technology that we have now. And we all know what Pixelberry has become, right? Choices, I guess. We shouldn't even call it Pixelberry anymore, right? Because they kind of disintegrated and they're owned by someone else now. So, Choices now is something that they could utilize that would be so much easier and so much better, right? And especially since they have a smaller crew, right? But they're still trying to put out content for all of us. It's something that they could put out there with significant ease. We already know they're putting it out there as is. So what's stopping them from actually making quality? I know, it's a thing that escapes me. I don't know. Let me know you guys' thoughts. I'm still trying to love this book. Don't get me wrong. The story and everything else is still interesting. Even though they did that short story for Immortal Desires, which was really all of us stuck our nose up at, let's be honest. But I'm still trying to find some sort of... You know, it's kind of like when you were a kid, right? And everything looks so colorful and bright and jovial and everything else. And as you become an adult, right, the color slowly fades. Let's be honest, you know what I'm talking about, right? That's Choices for me. I look at other games and whatnot right now, and I'd rather be doing them right now than choices. I hate to say it, but unless they introduce some quality stories here, I think this summer, I think it'll be my last for covering choices. Like, I really hate to say that, but I've done this for a long time. And maybe we'll have a separate video, especially if you guys want to hear just all my feelings about this, right? But this is like working a job. And I know it's not 48 hours a week, yada yada. I've worked that. I've worked 80. I've worked more than that. So, long story short is there's a lot of feelings here. There's a lot of things, and I've left little breadcrumbs these past couple weeks about it, but I just feel like maybe we just need to have a sit down and have a conversation about this. Maybe you guys just need to listen, ask me some questions, and I'll be glad to answer them in the comments. But or maybe even, like I said, include those in a video and answer them there. But aside from that, I just wish choices would get back to where it once was. Right? I really wish they were. With good stories and good visuals, and again, you're utilizing technology that's brand new, and a lot of people are having fun with it and everything else off of choices, and don't BS anyone. Go play with some AI and whatnot and have some fun with it and everything else. And you can realize it can be a great tool if done correctly. Keyword a tool. Just like having a phone, a tablet, computer, smartwatch, anything else. Those are tools in your repertoire. They don't make you any less of a person. If anything, they make you a better person. Okay? That's how I look at it. So again, I believe that choices can be great again. But we'll see. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Let me know your thoughts. Otherwise, catch you all later. Peace out.